My name is Stefano Battiston. I'm professor at the Department of Banking and Finance at the University of Zurich. I'm also director of the Finexus Center for Financial Networks and Sustainability. And finally, I've been coordinating a number of European projects at the interface between finance and sustainability. One of the key elements that we try to bring in the discussion in the scientific development is the interaction between financial institutions, which we analyze using network data and network models. In this workshop, one of the new elements that have been emerging is the multi-level and multifaceted nature of the very concept of systemic risk for the financial system. There are elements that have to do with the interconnectedness between both the financial institutions and markets. There is a social dimension to that has to do with the confidence and trust that people, and in particular market players, have in their assets and that are used for exchanging and for stocking value. And then there is also a technical or technological dimension that has to do with the way in which transactions are carried out. Interdisciplinarity is something that I feel very comfortable with. I've been working in the past with scientists and researchers from many different fields, and I think it has a great value. It's actually necessary for a genuine progress of in certain areas in particular, and certainly systemic risk is one of those. There are some challenges that have to do with the boundaries between different languages and different mindset, but it's certainly something that can be overcome, and I think it is worth to try and overcome. The development of information technologies within the provision of financial services and generally in the financial industry is a double-edged sword in a sense, because on the one hand it enables us to better monitor potentially the building of systemic risk and therefore better take countermeasures. On the other hand, it also creates systemic risk in itself, because it increases the ability of market players to get interconnected, and it increases the level of complexity of the underlying asset and of the nature of the obligations that counterparties have with each other. And so an example could be the transformation of sets of contracts into algorithms. That is something that is very interesting, has a lot of potential, but on the other hand, there's a lot of things that we don't know about in terms of the consequences that having a large number of counterparties in the market interconnected with the set of digital contracts. Well, blockchain is certainly an important case. On the one hand, blockchain is an opportunity because it allows a number of market players that didn't have access to credit or funding opportunities before to do so, bypassing the traditional funding channels of the traditional banking sector. And this is certainly a very interesting opportunity, in particular in those sectors that are too risky or too new for the traditional banking sector to engage in, which includes in particular the green tech and all those technologies related to sustainability, renewable energies, and so on. So on the one hand, blockchain could be good for the development of a more sustainable economy. On the other hand, going towards a system in which many market players are interconnected in a way that we do not fully control, don't fully understand, by an increasing number of contracts, can potentially lead to unintended consequences. Much of our research has shown how the interconnectedness is a double-edged sword and can actually, up to a certain level, be above a certain level can actually increase systemic risk and not increase the stability.